I thought was derogatory with members of the city police department. Now, I don't know what the intent may be, but I'm going to come and tell you all what I think is wrong. And may Allah bless you. I greet you in the words of peace and paradise. And assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Brother Muhammad. Next speaker is Matthew Cardinale.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matthew Cardinale, news editor of Atlanta Progressive News. Council President Caesar Mitchell, as you know, I have brought an Open Meetings Act compliance question before this council, and I spoke earlier today at the Committee on Council on this issue. I spoke with your staff person, Stephanie Johnson, and per her request, we'll be emailing you by the end of the day with my official concerns stated in writing. The council took its retreat at the Georgia Aquarium earlier this year and voted on whether to set rules limiting public comment in every committee. While it was an open meeting and minutes were kept, the vote was unrecorded. We know that it was 8-7 in keeping the current rules, but it doesn't say that it was 8-7. It doesn't say how people voted. My readers of Atlanta Progressive News want to know how people voted, and I am also concerned that allowing this sets a dangerous precedent for the council to make controversial decisions by taking secret votes. The Open Meetings Act states regarding minutes that said minutes shall as a minimum include the names of the members present at the meeting, a description of each motion or other proposal made, and a record of the votes. It says if it's not unanimous, then it should state how people voted. I'm requesting two things: that your office explain why you believe that you're in compliance with the Open Meetings Act, if you do believe that, and that the incomplete minutes be amended to include how people voted. That is, unless you have something to hide. And by the way, any other secret actions, whether you agreed on a secret handshake or what have you at this retreat, should be included in the amended minutes as well. Chairwoman Moore stated she made a verbal inquiry with the law department. I am requesting, and the citizens deserve, a written response to this question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cardinale.
Mr. President,
yes,
as a
Ms.
point
Moore.
of personal privilege, because
Certainly.
I think that when someone states something that's totally out of line, that it deserves an immediate response. And I want the public to understand there were no secret anything taken or behind the scenes meetings. The retreat of the Atlanta City Council was publicly and duly advertised as state law requires. It was also said publicly by me as chair of the committee on several occasions before our retreat. So any member of the press, one member of the press did attend, or the public could attend those meetings by law. The issue that Mr. Cardinale has raised has been submitted to ask the person who is our expert in open meetings, open law. I do concede and did at the committee meeting with Mr. Cardinale that perhaps we should have written the names of the 7 council members who said to go one way and the 8 others that said the other, but we did not do that. And so it's not a part of the record. It was an oversight and will be something that we will certainly correct in the future, but I also want to make the public aware that the vote, straw poll vote, however you want to call it, has not, as it was stated, what the council made a decision on, this was a discussion during our lunch meeting, was whether or not the council wanted to continue with its current practice of public comment that we have, which is at the committee meeting, the chair sets the rules subject to whether or not they're being overridden by the committee. Or if the council wanted the committee on council, which I'm the chair of, that's what I was asking, do you want me and the committee to devise a rule that would be consistent and used in every committee versus the current thing? 8 council people said keep the current practice, 7 said look at changing it, and that's where we are. We're keeping the current practice. I want it adequately stated what it was that we voted on. There was no secret vote anyone who was in attendance, and there were people in attendance other than council members, could have heard it, and we did state what we did in the record. We did not do what we should have done, and that is put each person's name, but that was an oversight that will no longer take place, and we're asking the law department to advise us on how to handle minutes in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Mr. Dave Walker.